I only received one bid on this, and this is for bulk delivery to the precincts as well as the sheriff's office.
Just
And,
trying
And to go by and fill up there at the station. Our process, since we've changed this, has been really, really smooth. That we used to all use the tanks, and the prices remains the same. And as you know, the daily rack price changes based on the market, and all we bid on is the profit margin, and that has remained the same the last 3 years from them.
Hear a motion?
I'm going to award this contract to Socket Farm Field.
Second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item C is the Impala. I don't have anything on it. Oh, yes, it is. It's right here. It's, item C is on the bottom of the bid summary.
This is the extra juvenile probation vehicle. The truck was transferred to the county for our courthouse and internal use. And, but the car, they received one bid on of $1,800 on that. So that'll go into their funds.
Your motion?
Move the award. Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
And then on precinct 4, the 88 Mack dump trucks, old as is, we received 3 bids on that, and the highest from bidder number 1, John Norwood.
Okay. So,
Make a motion to award the bid to the high bidder.
second. All in favor? Opposed? John Norwood is the successor. Yes. Jan reminded me that I missed I'm glad she called it. This is the appointing of a member to the Child Welfare Board, and as Pastor Allen mentioned, Patrick Evans has been attending, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve Patrick as a member of the board.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Patrick's here. Thank you. Item number 10, accept a donation from Carl Mitchell for CR 3020.
Move we accept this donation. Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Item 11, donation from Brazos Valley Petroleum, Precinct 3 for CR 3455.
Yeah, I make such a motion to accept this donation. Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12 is approving request for upgrade to the reporting system in the sheriff's office with Vistacom in an amount of $15,000. This is by DECCON.
Yes, this is actually a grant through their 911 program, so I will need a budget amendment on this to approve, to accept this grant.
Do I hear a motion?
So moving also for the budget amendment. Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. And you know, one thing I'm delinquent in, I'm sorry about that, I forget that after the second, I'm supposed to ask for discussion. So if you guys have got any discussion on this, stop me if I missed that. So we should be calling for a discussion after each second. So has anybody got any discussion on these previous ones that we've heard? Okay. Item number 13 is the software development service agreement with E-Innovations Technologies for the county. Well, we'll pass on that. Okay, we're going to pass on that at the county clerk's request. Item 14. Authorizing advertising for bids for the county depository contract for a period of August 1st, 2013 to July 31st, 2017.
This is a statutory requirement to bid out our banking services. It is a 4-year contract. It's been 6 years since we've been with Citizens, but we have a 2-year extension on that, so we're in that time frame. But we don't have another extension available, so we'll bid this out. Judge, this actually comes from your office. I'll forward you the paperwork. It doesn't come from mine, but there's, and I'll send it out to all the banks. But it's a 90-day process for the bank depository because it is such a large scale.
Melissa, we did a 2-year extension because of the bonding, right?
We were right in the middle of the bond,
It
yes.
wasn't a good time to change,
No,
just for
That's-
information, the reason why we did that 2-year extension.
yes, exactly. We still had the CD and we weren't finished the construction of it. Yes, sir. We can.
There a motion?
I mean, we authorize for bid.
Second. All, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. This next one was one that I placed on the agenda. It's the Regional Public Defenders Association, and they're a group of lawyers, they're a pool of lawyers out of Lubbock. And they have provided a legal service for counties that are involved in capital murder cases. Average cost of a capital murder trial is somewhere around $200,000 to $500,000. It can be a severe impact on the county to incur if they're not under this. I don't think it's insurance, but it's a policy that they provide. And the rates, the premiums that they got are based on the number of capital cases that we had in the last 10 years. And we had one capital case. Initially, they thought that we had, I think, 4, which moved our ultimate premium from what you see, the current $15,438 to over $36,000. And so because Carolyn Raines had researched the fact that we have only had one, it reduced the premiums. Our first premium is free for this year, so we're covered in the event that we have a capital case. Next year would be increased on a pro rata basis, $4,600, $6,100, $9,200, $12,000, and then ultimately every year thereafter, $15,500. So it's a lot of money. The other downside to it is that if we have a capital trial, they bring in their team of lawyers and investigators. The county doesn't receive any benefit of local employment of the legal staff in the county. So that's a downside. There are 89 counties currently on this program, Trinity, Madison, and Leon being the ones that are closest to us right now. So we need to be thinking about this. It's a serious issue if we think it's a serious issue. And that's, some gamble that we have to take, whether we want to pay for the premium or not. We've got some time, since we don't have any premium coverage charged this year, but we've got to be aware of it. And what I'd like to recommend at this point is that we table it, think about it, and then come back for a vote on it.
Is it time for discussion?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I would like to add something to this. Along these same lines, keep in mind, whenever you have a capital murder case, the governor's office does allocate funds for extraordinary expenses such as this. And we could apply for those funds, and they do. It's first come, first serve, and you know how the state works if there's funds in the budget. Again, it's a gamble. And in my past, we've always gotten, and that's for the prosecution expenses only, that we will get that back. On the defense side of any capital murder case, yes, you have to have the 2 attorneys and all the expert witnesses on both sides. But again, because of Senate Bill 7, you have an indigent defense commission for that, for extraordinary expenses that you could also apply and get expenses reimbursed for. The gamble that you're talking about is, do you have the fund balance to carry this until you do get reimbursed? That's the hard part for us to, looking at budget, we're getting, with all the discussion of timber funds and using all those funds up and no more new coming, we are using our fund balance more and more. So that's sets the priority to keep at least that 25% fund balance in each fund so that you can maneuver and wait for these reimbursements that are available to you. So
And I think once we make, thank you, Melissa, once we make this decision, we're tied to it. I think we get out of it, but we can't re-enter the pool once we've applied it at that point. So it's, you know, we need to be seriously thinking about this and get some feedback. The representatives that I spoke to when I was in Lubbock this week, the county judges, all like it. They were happy with it, but I like the local employment. I did call Lubbock about it and talked to the RPDO, and they said no, that they would not employ any local staff. So that's a big issue for us.